Pat Shurmur here live in East Rutherford. What'd you think of the rookies?
Well, first, it was a beautiful day here.
Yeah.
We've been out here for the last couple of weeks, and it can be windy, you know.
No kidding.
Actually, today it was sunny and nice, and the fields were great, and it was fun. You know, I think numerous rookies said to me, it's fun to be out playing football again, you know, after they've gone through their process of determining where they're going to be. What's
this like as a head coach? Because you go through the draft process, obviously. I mean, you have a new staff here.
Right.
You're trying to get adjusted, and now you finally get them on the field. Is there this, wow, I hope they are what we thought they were kind of feel to it?
I think you're always, hoping that they're as good as you thought they were. And, I think our guys performed pretty well today. We put them through the paces. I talked earlier about how we want to raise these guys right. We want to teach them the right way right away. And I thought they did a good job today.
Pat, what struck you about Saquon? You guys liked him a lot, or you wouldn't have drafted him second, but you get him live and in person, you get to see his physique. What struck you?
Well, first his physique.
Yeah.
You remember, how well built he is. Very sturdy guy. He's got great collision balance. He's got a great lower body. And then even out here today, he moves around extremely well. He caught the ball. There's not a whole lot of contact, but he did a good job running with it. And we did a little blitz drill where he was pretty aware of his pickup. So pretty good first day.
We were talking as you were sitting down about how impressive he was on the podium today, handling the media as well. You talked about his expectations. He talked about his as well, and that no one can put pressure on him. But when you read people comparing him to Darryl Strawberry and what he did to the Mets, or Patrick Ewing and how he helped turn around that franchise, there's a lot riding on this kid.
Well, I think those are kind of external expectations. This guy's got a terrific mindset. He's got a football mindset. He wants to come in every day and get better. He understands he's a running back, and his job is to carry the ball, block for the passer, and catch it when we throw it to him. And I could tell by the way he took care of his business today, this is the first of many really good days.
We saw what you did with the Vikings last year, and so did all your players here, by the way. They all talk about it. Are you starting to see components come together that this offense could be an explosive one?
Well, we're hopeful. I think credit to the players a year ago. They did a terrific job. We had a great staff, and it gelled for us. And so we certainly have many elements of that offense involved in what we want to do moving forward. We've added some stuff that Mike Shula has done. We've actually kept some things from a year ago that Eli was really good at. So it's the new New York Football Giants offense, and that's typically what happens. You have a blueprint, and then you add what you hope are all the best things of all the backgrounds of the coaches that you're working with.
Kim mentioned the Vikings. We saw Dalvin Cook before he got injured have a pretty heavy workload. Can we expect the same for Barkley?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is day one, and he's the guy that can handle a lot of touches, but we also have Odell Beckham. We've got Evan Ingram. We've got Sterling Shepard. We've got quite a few weapons, and it makes sense to spread the ball around.
I'd like to get two in if I can be greedy. One's about Will Hernandez.
Sure.
I met him for the first time today. You know all about him, your number 2 pick. He's so impressive. His personal story as well as his football story. How much can he help this fixing of the offensive line as he likely lines up next to Nate Solder?
Well, I think he'll do just that. He's a very calm, steady force. Somebody once said he's a natural 200 or 330 pounder, whatever that is. And he's a really big man. I could see already that he's got really good feet out there. He's very thick. He actually blocked pretty well today. And he's got a calm presence, which I appreciate. So I don't think there's going to be much that's going to faze him.
You mentioned his feet. He played soccer.
Okay.
Maybe that helps a little bit. Who knows? He's probably not going to have to play soccer for you. But the other question I wanted to ask...
He did say he was willing to kick today. I don't know if you hear that.
He
said, I'll do anything.
He'll kick
I would
if you need him to.
If you need me to.
Backup kicker.
One more from me about Eli.
Sure.
I've described him as seeming rejuvenated, and he has said he appreciates what you and Dave Gettleman have said. It's been positive in terms of the reviews of him. Right. How do you see Eli now that you're getting your first fresh look at this veteran quarterback?
Well, I'm impressed by him, probably more so than what I thought I was going to see. He's all in, and he's a pro. And we go through, running plays and series of plays, and he adds things to it. His insight, just his knowledge of how to play the game it's very deep. And so and he can still throw the ball. And so I'm looking forward to putting him in there with the group of guys that we're going to surround him with and see what we can do.
Are you at all ready to say we could pencil in Will Hernandez at left guard, we can pencil in Saquon Barkley at running back?
I'm not penciling anybody in. But I do know this. If they compete in a way that we think they will, and they do all the right things, I think you'll see them in the lineup pretty soon.
All right, one last thing, because you mentioned Eli here. Eli said before the draft he's not going to watch. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. Right. He's now obviously happy. He said that on the radio. He has Saquon Barkley. Did you guys at all tell him you weren't going quarterback?
No, we didn't communicate that. I think it makes sense to not tell people your business prior to the pick. I don't know any other business in the world where you tell everybody what you're doing. And we had an idea what we were going to do, and we're glad it worked out the way it did. We had the second pick in the draft, and we got what we thought was the best player in the draft. So we're moving forward, and we're glad that we have all the players that we do.
You don't look at the mock drafts? Come on.
No.
Really?
No, I really don't. I really don't. It's funny how they all come together.
And it's funny how
his own draft.
Well,
he doesn't need a
you
mock
don't need the mock drafts, but it's funny how this year.
It really is It's really a month of pure guessing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to minimize what everybody tries to do, but that's really what it is.
Pat Shurmur, the 18th head coach of the New York Giants, had his rookies out there on the field for the very first time today as the Giants went to 22 teams to get their rookies in the building 2 weeks after the draft here for a rookie minicamp this weekend. Pat, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.